Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another flea market video. Okay, yeah, I went toy hunting in Berlin, my hometown, at flea markets. This was a whole flea market weekend, so I didn't do anything else apart from flea markets, although it was just actually the Saturday there was one flea market and the Sunday there was one flea market. And the Saturday was quite, it's a smaller haul but nice things, and this will be this video of the Saturday. But then the Sunday escalated. I found too much stuff. Let's be real, but it's sometimes you can't leave it because you will not find it the next time or whatever. So I already know that the Sunday video will be a very long one, and let me tell you, I will already cut out all of the Barbie fashions in detail, because on Sunday there are two big Barbie fashion lots, which will be a separate video. And still will probably be a long video, I don't know. But this one here, the Saturday, is probably a more tame video. So let's start.
Oh, das ist ja perfekt, danke. Aber stört es, wenn ich hier drauf stehe? Oder ansonsten müsste ich... Ja gut, das nicht unbedingt in den... Nö, das funktioniert schon so. Ich will Ihnen hier nicht den Platz... Ach, alles gut.
But yeah, it actually also, or you saw it already, starts with Barbie fashions. But those I will show you in detail here right now, because I think that's manageable. It's not too much. This is the pile of identified fashions. This is the pile of unidentified fashions. It's the same vendor that I have bought fashions from before. In the beginning, they had like each piece, like I remember it like separately priced mostly. Then it was like every piece like €1 or something. Like some of the pieces were like €8 or something. And with time, I think he went to, I don't know, 50 cents per piece or something. And it's been a while. Honestly, this flea market happened in April, the beginning of April, shortly before, the last weekend before I flew to Japan. And now it is like a month after I'm back from Japan. So it's been like 2 months or something. So I have forgotten a couple of the things, like especially prices. But I mean, you probably saw it in the footage. Was it like 10 cents per item or something? It was like extremely reasonable for like Barbie fashion pieces. And of course I picked out the ones where I was like, these are original, or I can do something with it, or I think they are original. And in the end, I think we counted the pieces, and he was like, give me €2. So very good. So this is the first thing. Let's like get a little bit closer here. I will show you the pieces and tell you what they are. Okay, let's start with the obvious. What is this? This absolutely puffed out jacket. Yeah, this is obviously from Beast, from Beauty and the Beast. I had the doll. I used to even have his like underneath his suit. I never had this, but I sold him. But now I was like, okay, I know what this is. Maybe someone needs it. Obviously Disney, so not Barbie, but you know, a Disney piece. And I know the only piece I never had was, you know, the mask, but whatever. What do we have here? This is, oh, I didn't write it down, but this is clearly a Barbie piece from the early 2000s. What is the Barbie called? She's called something with Flower Power. Yeah, Flower Power Barbie. I think also this is from the Barbie, so not from the Teresa. Yeah, this is the color scheme of Barbie. Yeah, an early 2000s doll, so I think 2002. This is not a Barbie piece, but I really like it. It's a Petra jacket, very clearly 70s Petra. I think I've seen it. It's from around 75 to 1977. I did not find it anymore, but I have seen it. I think it comes also with a little skirt. Super lovely. The Petra pieces from the 70s are very well made and super cute. This is Monchishi. This is a Monchishi piece. I don't collect Monchishi, but I know people who do, so took it with me. What do we have here? This is a double, but I have also the top to it, but I know that I found the top, so the like pullover thing, jacket, whatever it is, in the same bin. So I know that I have the jacket that was sold with this together originally, although I actually have also these pants already. They are obviously from Ken. They are In Style Fashions from 1995. We have another piece for Ken. Also a double for me. Find this quite often. I think I have like 2 or something of this already. It's from the Great Date Fashions from 1992. Not a double for me. This material was used pretty often. I even have Barbie pieces that have this fabric, and I can't identify, but this one I could identify. It's from the Sleep and Fun line, so it's more like a pajama piece from 1993, the number 68021. What do we have here? Something else for Ken, quite Ken heavy, from the Surf City Ken from 2000. Then, oh, this is so pretty. It's also more like a 2000s piece, but this is super cute. It's actually Fashion Avenue, and it's from 2001. It's also a more or less a pajama piece. It's called AM in Aspen. So it's the time when you know, Fashion Avenue pieces had names. This is my favorite that I found from this lot. This is obviously, this looks so cute. It's not the full outfit because there's also a long skirt, and it's, you know, it's a full big, you know, dress combination, because it's from the private collection, or also called haute couture, from 1988, the number 1941. But you can also wear it as a short dress. You don't need the long dress underneath. And I don't know, probably handbag, a hat, or stuff like that was, you know, in this fashion pack also. I usually don't really like the private collection or haute couture things. I mean, they're always very high quality, but they're usually more, you know, color-wise not mine. And they're these very elegant, yet not really pretty gowns very often, but this is very cute. I mean, color-wise already. We have another you know, another piece from a beach can. This is from the Rio de Janeiro can from 2002. This is actually, I mean, it's a, you know, 2000s, you know, 2002 line of, you know, beach dolls, but these patterns, I mean, the bathing suits and bikinis from this line, they're so pretty. Here we have something from a riding Barbie. So what is she called? One of the many horse-loving Barbies. This one is from 2002. So, yep. Then we have here a striped little skirt. And very easy thing, it's from a big fashion pack with 6 fashions in it, from 2000. So the number is 68073. So a lot of more like 2000s pieces, but which I don't plan to, you know, directly, like, you know, find the dolls matching to it or so, but like still pieces that I can or will probably use in my restyles, or when I have dolls where I don't have the fashions, then I give them cool outfits, etc. This is actually a double. It is from one of the Generation Girl Barbies, so from Tori or Susie. I think Tori is the US name, Susie is the name she was called here in Europe. From 1999, so it was in stores in 2000, so also a 2000s piece, in my opinion. So even though it box date 99, I mean, you could buy it in the year 2000. So here we have another hat that goes to the line of the Western Fun Fashions. Pretty sure this is from the Fashions, this is not from Ken or from like whatever from Barbie or something, of course not, but it, because Ken had a purple hat, but this is clearly from one of the fashion packs, Western Fun, 1989-90. And here's another hat. I like to pick up hats for dolls. Pretty sure, I mean, it's open and at the top, and material wise I'm pretty sure it's a Petra hat from the early 90s. Now let's get to the fashions that I actually can't identify, but I still picked up because I'm either planning to use them, or I was like, this is something I've seen before. So for example, these pants, I know this material, it was used in Barbie, it's like late 80s. I have, I think, a top in this material, but I couldn't find out where these pants come from. So, but like material wise and all, they're clearly Barbie. We have this stole, this fake fur, like shawl stole thing. You know, it could be anything. But I know that a couple of these Barbie boutique playsets from the 80s, etc., they came with something like this. It could be one of those. And also material wise and all, it's not just something cut, you know, like self-made or so, it doesn't fray or something. It is a nice piece. So my guess is that it comes from one of those boutique playsets or something. We have another hat, probably also just a Petra hat, but you know, looks nautical with this blue applique there. We have another, you know, beach short pants, so probably from a Ken or a Ken fashion pack, couldn't find out, but material wise and all, it's clearly something, you know, 90s Ken. Then these, which I also was first, also another pair of Ken beach shorts, but they fit Barbie, so they are clearly then Barbie, and also material wise I'm pretty sure they are Barbie. Velcro wise still 90s, but I can't identify them, maybe from a sporting fashion pack or something. This I'm really not sure, because I have never seen this material. It has little holes in it, so it's a pretty cute material and nice feeling, but I have never seen it on Mattel fashions. maybe I'm just not familiar with it if it's more like 2000s piece, but I really like it. I like the colors. It's a cool, it's like a vest or like a short sleeve top with a collar. So then I have picked up 2 more hats, which my guess is there might be Shelly hats for smaller dolls, but you can still make them work on Barbie very often. And I couldn't really identify them, but if you know, always tell me. And then I picked up this, which clearly I knew it's from a bigger doll, because, you know, this is not a Barbie waist. I mean, you can still use it, I guess, for Barbie if you double it up. Something like, you know, you put it on like this. But material wise and like, you know, Velcro wise, it's like early 2000s. I guess it comes from a doll, maybe also a, like, I don't know, to me it reads like as if it's a like bath toy, like a bath doll or something, and this is like a little skirt over it because it's also this mesh material, like something like from a Little Miss, or I mean not from a Little Miss because Little Miss was released in the early 2000s, but a doll like this, or maybe even from a Cabbage Patch from that time or something like that. I don't know. I like the material and I was intrigued to find out what it is, but I couldn't. So. Benton Barbie.
Entschuldigung, ich muss mal kurz hier.
Ach komm, noch Nachschub.
Ja, genau, die und die muss ich auch beiseite nehmen. Also,
Weil die extra kostet. Ich habe die auch, ich brauche die nicht. Also.
genau, gut. Ich wollte nur mal sagen,
Ja.
dass ich
Ja, weil es war die spannendste bisher, aber ich habe
genau, ist auch glaube ich.
Great, he's putting the best doll aside because he's probably charging $100 for it, euros, sorry. Yeah, it gets harder and harder to find Superstar era dolls. Now she's over there. I mean, I didn't want to buy her, I didn't even intend to buy her because I have 2 of her, so I have a double already, I don't need another one. So. These are actually Mego. This is a little older than the 80s. This is like more, I think, 70s. Well, it has a date on it, right? Doesn't it? Yeah, 73. So that's the like, these are also action figures, but they still had fabric suits. I don't need them or want them. But interesting. I've never had one in my hands. Wie viel kosten die? Unterschiedlich wahrscheinlich.
Alles einander, ja.
Der hier?
Ja, 5.
5? Mhm.
Ja.
Mhm.
Ja.
Glaube ich, Captain Planet oder so.
Ja.
Ja. Den nehme ich wahrscheinlich. Ich guck
Okay.
mal noch weiter. Ghostbusters? I don't know. This is Ghostbusters. Oh, this has a stamp. Yeah, Columbia Picture. That's Ghostbusters. This one? Too? Yeah, it's also Ghostbusters. What is this guy? Bandai. No, that's probably Power Rangers, I guess. I like these. This is probably a little big for me, for my taste. What else is here? Troll. No, you can't. I thought it might work, that you push the nose and then it makes sounds, but it doesn't. It's Sesame Street, right? Yeah. Well, Muppets. I always mix them up, but I think this one's from Sesame Street. Wasn't it always together with Big Bird? I think so. Oh my god, the mask. So good. This is a Charlie's Angels doll. And this is Mork from Ock or something like that. I don't really know. Mork from, is it Mork from Ork?
Yeah.
I
Here
honestly,
also, yeah.
what is it actually? Is it from a TV show?
Yeah.
Or I don't know that one.
It was, I think from 77 through 82.
So very late, like 70s,
Late 70s,
and then early
80s. And
I don't know
and
if
Mork was an alien who came to Earth in an egg.
in that one.
In an egg. And
Okay.
he's trying to get his way back to his planet.
But it was live action.
But he's on a mission on Earth,
Yeah.
and he lives in. So it was Mork and Mindy, and he lived with Mindy.
And then he was a girl. Or,
In Boulder, Colorado, and
Okay.
and he had all these things. He's like the way he said hello was nanu nanu, like this.
Oh, I've heard of that. I never know
Nanu,
where that
nanu,
comes
yeah.
from.
And,
Because I don't know. It's like I have seen these figures. And
it was a great.
I've heard
This
people
was the
talk about
This
it.
was the first stuff Robin Williams did, and yeah, he was a stand-up comedian, and then he got that show, and
Okay, I learned something.
yeah, it was a great show.
It's just sometimes I'm like, that's before my time, and
Yeah.
also I'm questioning if that
Yeah.
was maybe not even released here or something. I don't know if it was. If it was in Germany, I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
How much are these? Are probably both Ghostbusters. Is this also Ghostbusters?
Yeah. So I want 10 for
10.
those, but if you buy more, I'd give a.
I mean, I would only buy one of them because, like,
Okay.
I'm mainly a girl toy collector, but I do some action figures here and there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I would not want all of them.
Yeah.
And this one takes up a lot of room, so
Yeah.
that's big. So I would
Yeah.
rather pick one of those.
Okay, I do 8 for you. For
8 for you.
Yeah.
What would you do? You would not probably not do 10 for both of them.
I do 12.
Let's do 12.
I do 12. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do 12. So, are any other girly stuff you don't have with you, right?
So well, it's just,
I don't know, Barbie or ponies or anything else.
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, of course, I saw that.
This is Jill.
Yeah.
No Barbies.
Or I don't know, whatever cutesy pony, snuggle bums or anything. I don't know. Because I like action figures, but my main thing is like cutesy animal ponies and stuff like that. So. But it's cool.
Somewhere I have a bag of My Little Ponies, like the really like the kind of expensive ones. But I just like.
Okay, yeah. The next, or this seller that you just saw, he is cool. I have seen him multiple times at this flea market now. I think he's not always there, but very often now in the last couple of, times I've been there. He's also the guy where, like, I don't know, half a year ago or something, I bought this Barbie, which I thought is like wrapping paper or gift wrap or something, but no, it's like a children's, birthday tablecloth. This Barbie, you know, big Barbie, 80s Barbie font tablecloth. This is the guy, but he usually does not have like girl toys, but he has like action figures and mostly also like more like 70s stuff or like old 70s Fisher Price like stuff or something like that. He has interesting stuff. And this time I picked out a little bit, so some of his, you know, action figure, boy toy assortment there. And yeah, if you're a little bit into Ghostbusters, you're like, why did you leave the other one? Why did you leave the other one? Because I didn't know they belong together. And I just wanted to have one. He charged, because he's not cheap. I mean, he's kind of cheap for a flea market and the stuff, but it's not like he doesn't know what it is or anything. He wanted like €8 for this ghost, and there was of course this other blue ghost, and there was also another purple ghost from Ghostbusters, but I'm like a little bit limited in like space, especially if things are like long and deep, so I definitely didn't want to have the purple one. And I was like, I also don't want to have like both of them because it would make like €16 or something. So I decided for this one, and then at home I found out, oops, this is one of the H2O Real Ghostbusters ghosts from 1984. And it's actually a 2-in-1 thing. You have these two, and this other one sits on top of this. I was really debating on like the next day, because it's a flea market that also is on Sundays, and this was a Saturday, go back to this flea market again, but then my haul of Sunday's flea market was like too crazy. I couldn't go with all of the stuff to another flea market, and honestly, I'm not too mad because I chose specifically this one, and technically you have to put the other ghost on top of this, and then you wouldn't even see this one anymore because I think he's funnier. Yeah, well, you know, Ghostbusters, the big like movie franchise, and also which, you know, they made a cartoon in the 80s, and this toy line is more based on the cartoon than on the live action movies. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I actually have no attachment really to Ghostbusters, but I do like the ghosts because they are funny, they are colorful, they are, you know, it's a little bit of this gross out humor of the 80s, but not in an ugly way. I mean, they're more funny. So I picked this one, as I said, H2O Ghost, the bottom part of this blue 2-pack from 1984. Yeah, and they were made by Kenner, same company that made the Star Wars toys a couple of years earlier. So picked out this one. I'm still super happy about it. I mean, I repainted him a little bit. There was definitely some chips of paint on his tongue and in his mouth. It's looking okay. So the other action figure I picked out is this guy, specifically because I knew him, I knew what he was, but I knew also other stuff that he had. But no, he's a glow-in-the-dark action figure, and I cannot resist that. He is from the Captain Planet toy line, which also I have no connection to it. I didn't watch it growing up. It's a cartoon show in the early 90s. You know, it's around this time when a lot of like media was geared, like especially geared towards kids, that was like, yeah, making kids and people aware of, you know, pollution and the environment and then all of that, which was a really good thing. Sadly, I don't know, I don't think it helped a lot, but this guy is, you know, the baddie. It's the bad guy. It's the villain of this toy line and of this cartoon. He's called Duke Nukem. Well, it has nothing to do with the video game that's also called Duke Nukem, which was, I think, a Mega Drive game or even an N64 game. I think there was also made called Duke Nukem. Hasn't anything to do with that. No, this, as I said, from Captain Planet, 1991. You know, he wants to turn Earth into a radioactive, I don't know, wasteland or something like that. So this is his cause here. That's also why glow in the dark makes absolutely sense for him. There is a variant, a European variant, where he is a light up toy instead of a glow in the dark one. He has like a Hawaii shirt on. But this guy here, the glow in the dark one, probably was also released here. But the guy that I got the stuff from, he brings also stuff from the US. So he is originally from the US. So you saw him, I think, or heard him talk in English. So, so maybe this one is also just but I don't think so. I think this is the worldwide release, and the other one, the light up one, is a Euro exclusive one. But yeah, this one is way more expensive. I think also I paid for him €5. I think so. Yeah, the toys were made in 1991. The cartoon aired around 1990 to 1993. It was then renewed for more seasons, I think 1993 to 96, by another company, I think then made by Hanna-Barbera. But yeah, the general thing is, you know, Captain Planet, they are these children, and they find these 5 magic rings that are, you know, given by Mother Earth, and, you know, they then have to protect Earth against pollution and etc. etc. Yeah, I think these are made by Tiger Electronics, if I'm not mistaken, which is weird because they have not really a lot of electronic parts. But yeah, Tiger Electronics. So that's the company that made them. Same company that made Furbies in the late 90s and early 2000s. So, and the cool thing is the guy gave me this for free. This is one of those, you know, card packs from the 80s or even 70s. I don't know if it has a date. Yeah, 78, because it's from Greece. So it has, you know, movie photo cards and 1 stick of bubble gum inside. I'm of course not opening it. Also, I have no real attachment to Greece. I think I've never watched the movie. I mean, I know what it is about, but there's a lot of these classic movies actually that I've never watched, which is a little embarrassing, but I have also no real interest in it. I don't know. But you know, John Travolta. So, and but it is very colorful and looks cool, and I will put it on my, you know, on the shelf, where I probably also will then put the ghost here, etc. So, but that was really nice of him, because there's people who collect these cards and these packs, and some of these packs on its own are like €5 or something, or I just got it for free. So that's cool. So he's really nice, and I would always, can this please stay? Yeah, always pick up more stuff from the seller at this flea market. So I hope he will be there next time. To be quite honest, I don't remember if I filmed. I don't think that I filmed the next little pickup. It was just this seller, mother and a little girl. They had toys, not a lot that was interesting, and I think I even passed by once, and the second time I passed by I noticed she had a couple of, like, you know, blind bag My Little Ponies, so G4, and then I was like, okay, let's ask, and the girl was so happy that she could sell them. She wanted 50 cents each, and I mean, I picked them up. So I think they're all doubles. I mean, this one might not be, but I recently just found the Princess Skystar, so this is not really a blind bag figure. This is more of a, I think it's one of the My Little Pony magazine figures. But last time I found her, her like tail was, you know, loose, or I think it was just really broken off and not even in the lot. I still might have her from like 1 or 2 years earlier, but she's a nice one because this character wasn't really widely released in other versions, especially not in her sea pony form. So Princess Skystar is obviously, not obviously, but she's from the My Little Pony movie. So she is a sea pony, and was released around 2017 by the, you know, Egmont My Little Pony magazines. So the little magazines that you could buy, I think only in Europe. So these things are European. The really unfortunate thing is she cannot stand really well. I mean, or better, she cannot stand at all. So yeah, let's lay her down. These are normal, like, blind bag figures. Here I'm like 100% sure I have her, because she was in one of my very first blind bag lots from a flea market in 2020. She's called Lyrica Lilac. Lyrica Lilac. Okay, what a tongue twister. She is pretty late release of the blind bag, so wave 23. So she was also from 2018. But I think she is a character that you might even see in the show, and there might even be a brushable of this one. She's, I think, one of the, you know, upper crust ponies from Canterlot. And then we have a colt here, ta-da. He is called Apple Split, and he is also from the same wave as she is, so wave 23, so 2018. He's the unfortunate one that also has one hoof up and they often tip over. I'm not sure if I have this one. I might not have. So I have to, this is like, you can sometimes make them stand, but most of them are like really unbalanced and fall over. So really small G for blind bag and magazine figure haul, but the girl was so happy that she could sell her little ponies that she was not interested in anymore. So like, I'm also happy that I picked them up. Next.
Oh, it is vintage. So these are a lot of Clone Wars era figures. I don't know how much they are. Oh, Han and Carbonite. This is actually really good because I have the cape for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I also have the cape for Wicked. Those would be awesome. I'm not sure. Do I have this one? Pretty sure I have this Ewok. I always mix up their names, so I think I also have this one. Is this the Death Star playset? I think so. And the Chicken Walker and E.T. Oh, I love these. They're so cool.
Das müsste sein. Das ist es. Habe ich nichts gemacht. Schon alle angeguckt. Das ist nicht. Ich komme noch nicht auf die Firma. Entschuldigung.
Okay, I hope I at least filmed a little more because, you know, this is also the guy that I have picked up amazing Barbie stuff from before. You know, my first pickup from him was the Crystal Barbie, but then I found this whole lot with Sweet Rose's PJ in it and all of that, and I think I've picked up other stuff from him. But he didn't have anything like Barbie related. He was also the guy that I got, but that I got footage of, where he had the big McDonald's Barbie playset from the 70s and all, 80s, early 80s, and all of that. But this time, I think he did not have any Barbies with him, or he had, I think, was it just a Barbie case with the, equestrian Barbie on it or something. I was not into that. So what I focused more on, you saw that hopefully, were the action figures and especially the Star Wars stuff, because he has always some Star Wars with him, vintage and newer, and that's what I picked out. A couple of vintage pieces and a couple of newer pieces. Especially I think his vintage pieces are Star Wars wise priced fairly well, considering that these pieces, that he knows what it is, and that these can go for really high prices sometimes. I was super happy especially about two of these. Actually, I'm very happy about all three of them, because two of them I really needed, because I had already parts of their outfit. Not that they are really wearing outfits, but it's Wicked the Ewok, and I for the longest time had his little hood. I just, when I got some other Ewoks, it was on one of the other Ewoks. And then old Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi, and I already had his, like, you know, cape, vinyl cape thing from, I don't know, a year earlier that I found, but I didn't have the figure itself, and these figures were naked, so to say, so I could get them for rather cheap and reunite them with their outfits, so that is really good. So here we've got Obi-Wan aka Ben Kenobi, and yeah, he has his lightsaber in there. Of course, it's not a telescoping one, it's just a like one piece. If you have one that has another super small piece, that's the telescoping one, that's very expensive. But no, this is just normal one. And also, of course, my cape is not in the best condition. There was a rip that I repaired. But I mean, you can put it on, it looks good on display, that's all I need. Other than that, the figure is in nice condition, no paint drop or anything, you know. He is definitely one of the early ones, so he is one that was released really in 1980, so 1978, that's what I wanted to say, because of course 77, that's when the movie came out, but like the first Star Wars movie, New Hope, which wasn't called A New Hope in the beginning, but of course they didn't have toys in store at that point, because, you know, the license, the toy making license, just like it was a whole thing back and forth, because Lucas, you know, George Lucas didn't know whom to give it. It ended up with Kenner, and then they started releasing toys, and they were just available really in the beginning, or in, I don't know, yeah, in the beginning of 1978, and he's one of this first wave. We have little Wicket, the Ewok here. He's of course not from the first Star Wars movie, he's from Return of the Jedi, so, oops, 1983. And yeah, as I said, I had this cape already. You know, it's very easy to take off and, whoops, ta-da. So I found him like this, and without anything, of course, it's not that, it's not worth that much, but with the cape he would be, of course, worth way more. Of course, he's also missing his little Ewok, you know, stick here and all, but like this, he looks very good on display, and these two. And the third one, at first I didn't even like think about him, but then I was like, I actually don't have an original R2, so, and he looks pretty nice. I mean, his VEC metal is still pretty shiny, and the sticker is still really nice. I mean, it's of course yellowed, but it's not rubbed off or anything, so I was like happy then. I think, I'm not exactly sure what he wanted. Like some of his figures are like €5, some are like 8. Maybe the R2 was 10, or I don't remember exactly. Oh, by the way, also what's not broken, I didn't even show it to you. Here, this little tip tip. This little thing also is not broken. So he's in really nice condition, just a little yellowed, the sticker. So I was like, okay, then let's make a bundle deal, because I also picked out some more modern, or a little, you know, not vintage. Some of them are already vintage probably, figures. And we made a bundle deal. I don't remember what I paid. I have to say, I don't remember. Maybe in the end it was, I don't know, 25 or something, 30, I don't remember, but maybe more like 25, but I seriously can't remember. Maybe it was even less, because you can really nicely, you know, haggle with this guy. So, and we know each other already because I often buy from him. I also randomly picked out, because he had this full like bag of, on the back it was more like a little box of Star Wars figures, and at the bottom there were all these weapons, and I cannot tell which weapons go to which figure unless it's something really significant that I can identify. But you know, that's why I picked out a couple of, you know, blasters and gave them, one of them to this guy and one of them here. So, and I mean, this guy, I think, I mean, yeah, I could have also given it to the battle droid, but I left the battle droid without. So yeah, these are, of course, this is the battle droid from episode 1, so from the movie that's from 1999. This is technically, it's a little newer, it's from 2011 as far as I could find out, but yeah, I mean, in that movie and throughout the whole Clone Wars and all, there's all these battle droids, you know, all this droid army. And you know how many of them these I have? One. One is not an army, so now I have at least 2, because it looks cooler if you have like a whole like army of these, same as with clones. I have more clones, so I have a little bit of a clone army going on. And the cool is, of course, the clones are not all the same. They're all a little bit different. He does not have his helmet. It was also not in the bag or bin or whatever. Then, I couldn't find it. But this Clone Commander Sire, he is really a Clone Wars figure, so from the animated show, so he's from 2009. He is actually a character from the very first episode of the Clone Wars, called Ambush. It's when Master Yoda has like a pretty deep talk with some of the clones, explaining that they might look all the same, but they are all like individuals in the Force. It's a really good episode to start off with. This humongous, great, like the best piece of Star Wars ever, in my opinion, is the Clone Wars series. And yeah, he is from the very first episode, so it's quite a cool character to have. So, Clone Commander Sire. And then I picked out this this guy here. He's not Admiral Akbar, he is a General Mon Calamari officer. I just gave him this weapon. It doesn't really fit very well in his hand. But I like Mon Calamari as a design, and I have a couple of different Mon Calamari. A couple of them are Admiral Akbar, but this one looks a little different, so I really like him, and I mostly like to add aliens to the collection. He is from, I think he's from 2000. He is from the Power of the Jedi line, so, right when episode 1 dropped and all of these episode 1 characters came out, but then also they changed it to, Power of the Jedi and all of that, and released other characters also from the original trilogy, etc. So, yeah, a couple of, at least in my opinion, cool Star Wars characters. I know most of you who are watching are not super into Star Wars because it's not very girly, and it's not really a big thing on my channel, but I am a huge Star Wars fan. And yeah, you see, a very small and moderate haul, and probably a pretty short video, but maybe it's okay to have a short video in between, because be prepared for the next video, which probably might still be 2 parts or something, but at least it will be like one flea market thing and one just the Barbie fashions, because it's so Barbie heavy. There's so many Barbies, there's so many Barbie fashions, there's Barbie playsets and horses, and there's also My Little Ponies. I did not find them, but someone else found them for me, and there's other little toys, and yeah, be prepared for this. So I still hope you enjoyed this a little bit, smaller haul. If you did, don't forget you can give it a thumbs up. If you want to tell me anything, especially concerning some of the fashions that I couldn't identify, and you know what they are, please put it down in the comments below, or tell me anything else you want. And if you're not subscribed, and especially if you are like interested in what Barbies and what fashions did she find, and you don't want to like miss out on these videos, push the subscribe button, then you will definitely, or maybe even the notification bell, then you especially will be notified. But my videos will pop up in your subscription feed when you are a subscriber of mine, which, by the way, doesn't cost any money. It's free. And I don't have like memberships or anything like that. That would cost money, but just subscribing is free. So thank you so much for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye.